Hello YouTube, this is wolfhousegamer here, bringing game of Dungeon Clawler. We're going to play with Bernie. And I want to show off this stat level. They added a new patch where they actually increase how the game is run and they actually make it difficult, which either you get damage done to yourself, items that is a detriment, increased difficulty with the bosses with more damage, health, etc, etc, etc. So not good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Count Clawler for some regen, and then I feel like we need some damage, so we're gonna go with Garbage Greg. Ooh, we'll go with Benny Beaver because that will give us some strength, and then because that gives us strength, we're gonna go with Feline Lucky Paw. So we got our regen, our strength, and at least some recoil damage to attacks these guys faster, because this game is actually brutal playing it like normal. I do a lot of resets. I don't feel like doing like showing losses unless it's like, man, I've been playing the game for so long, the game is so long, and yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. So sometimes I'll post a loss, especially like if it's near the end. This game not so much, because now that I put everything in ultra speed mode, the game goes by a lot faster. But the unfortunate part of it is that with this guy, of course, his ability is like we actually do have a limited amount of time of moving our crane and getting it where it needs to go. Let's get a ring of strength. Hopefully the combination of everything, now that we also got the ring too, that increases our strength power, which helps with our cat power, is gonna help us. But yeah, St. Patrick's Day is happening. I don't know if you guys actually celebrate or not. I know like there is religious connotation regarding about it, because like anything that has saint, it is a Christian thing. But regardless, people don't really celebrate like, oh, St. Patrick's Day, we gotta celebrate on the saint that brought Christianity to Ireland. Also, people don't really do that. Do a piggy bank. Ooh, cool. There we go. People don't really do that. It's usually like, let's go with pick it. Oops, sorry guys. It's like sometimes hard to like multitask. So like in elementary school, the thing we learn about St. Patrick's Day is make sure you wear green. If you don't wear green, you're gonna get pinched. Even though it's usually like an elementary school thing, but sometimes you get like those annoying pricks that want to use it as an excuse to hurt someone, and they usually do one or two things, right? If it's like, you know, one of their pals, they're gonna use that as an excuse to hurt you. They're not gonna go soft with that pinch, they're gonna go hard on that pinch. And if they do it on, like, let's say a girl or the opposite sex, is usually like, oh, maybe they're just using it as an excuse to, you know, oh, it's a girl, I got a reason to touch her and other stuff. Of course, like if you touch her on the butt, oh, you're gonna get in trouble. Sexual harassment and all that stuff is very serious, at least here in the West Coast. Of course, that's also grounds to like potentially get expelled or suspended or stuff like that. Yet again, when I do talk to the young folks at elementary school, some of the things that they deal with at school, I don't deal with. They don't deal with. Basically, it's very different how I was raised and all that stuff. First, let's check here real quick. Oop, Vampire Fangs, beautiful. Like, for example, in middle school, we had like the Blues Club, and the Blues Club was basically an outreach program. A bunch of kids that will go to class talking about, you know, depression, suicide, etc, etc, etc. Because there were cases where, hey, some kids got bullied and they committed suicide and stuff like that. And of course, it's very, very serious. But when I talk about like to the kiddos, they don't have stuff like that at all. And like like bullying was like a big thing. Like it was like advertised and all that stuff. Like, oh, if someone gets bullied, you do this and that and blah blah blah. And then when I talk to this kids, like, what do you guys do with bullying? And instead they showed me like a clip of like fights. Like seriously, like some fights. Like one girl was like showing me like how proud she was with her friend because it was like I think 2v1 and she won, which is like, yeah. And it's funny, it's like I told her like you shouldn't be friends with her. It's like, aren't you like trying to be like going to a higher level of schooling and all stuff? But it's like, oh, she said like, oh, I'm not fighting. Like, yeah, but she's like, she could be a bad influence on you. Like, I don't know, like she's gonna pressure you like later in life like to do bad things. Let's see. But yeah, so I don't know, like bullying it's just been crazy. It's crazy how everything's just so much easier to do. It's like I feel like there was more understanding back then versus now. Now I feel like the kiddos are just more idiotic. Of course it could just be because of YouTube and social media and all that stuff, because there are like a bunch of clips of people just doing crazy things. And frankly, whenever I work with parents, I do tell them like, you gotta monitor what they watch, because sometimes like there'll be channels, there'll be YouTube videos out there where they'll say like, oh, it's for kids and all that stuff, but then it's like if you pay attention, it's like they're swearing. One thing, they're using bad language, and it's like, yeah, it's censored, but it's like, come on. It's like if I hear like just because you do like a beep or a duck sound or whatever, I know you're saying fuck, you know. By the way, with this video, I don't put it as for kids anyways. Also for the options, like one of those kids that I work with sees this channel. It's kind of doubted. Most kids are into like Roblox, Fortnite, and that's about it really. Oh, I guess Minecraft. There are some kids that are into just random things. Some kids are into like making roller coasters, or they like sandbox mode games a lot, which I don't know. I never see the appeal of sandbox mode. I feel like there's not much challenge. Like, yes, I could do like self-imposed challenges, but especially like when you have like the ability to do everything. I remember there was a kid that actually spent money on Roblox to get admin access, and then he would just use that as an excuse to like demolish me, and I was like, and I even told him like, why you do that? It costs so much money. Like, I remember that kid got in trouble because he managed to steal his grandmother's credit card information, and I think he spent like, I think a couple $100, probably like $200 to $500 worth on Roblox. And I was like, what the heck? And this guy also forgot his Roblox password, so I told him like, if he loses his, like, let's say his tablet, right, and then it's like there's no way for him to go on it, and then he loses everything, and I believe he actually spent, there's like thousands of dollars in that Roblox account, and it's not even like for like high-end games, or maybe they are. It's just like, I don't see the appeal of like, you know, pay to win, really. Some games when they have like pay to win, I just don't like playing them. I want like a good challenge, like be able to play without like, you know, paying. Like sometimes like those games where like, oh, you pay to get skins, that's fine really, because it's like the skins is not really gonna do like, it's a game changer really. But games where it's like, oh, the only way you could get this gun is by paying, and this gun is like the most overpowered thing in the game, it's like I just quit the game, I guess. I was like, not for me anymore. I prefer like buying games and just be able to have everything unlocked. Like, I'm able to unlock everything in the game without buying additional stuff. Of course there are DLC stuff like that, but it is what it is. with DLCs, like, it's quote unquote not part of the base game, so you don't really have to get it. And if you want it, it's not as bad as you guess. But yeah. Yeah. There are some games that I'm actually surprised. Like, I ask kiddos every time, like, what's new? And it's like, I always figure like eventually it's gonna be like some brand new game, like after a number of years. Like, let's say in 2018, Roblox and Fortnite are the huge things, right? As well as Minecraft. And then like I asked them again, like, what's the big thing? And like the majority again is still the same freaking thing, Roblox and Fortnite. And I get it, like Fortnite is big because they have like their ability to get like a bunch of contract deals to get all these skins is just amazing. It is just amazing. Like, you could be a superhero and then be Peter Griffin, be Pickle Rick and all that, just like, wow. But I did try playing like Fortnite before. I'm just bad at the game, man. Well, I'm bad at what's it called? Guys, at building. I don't know like how people are able to like build like crazy amount of things. Like back in the day when my nephew like comes over and like he likes hanging out with me, and it's like, oh wow, an adult that actually wants to play video games with me. That's so cool. And then we play Roblox together. I mean, Roblox, Fortnite together, and then I just see him like building all these things, and I honestly use that as an excuse just to hide behind his stuff and then just like start shooting at people, because otherwise it's like, what the heck is going on? It's like the amount of speed that I remember like one time, like I didn't not want to play Fortnite, and then I gave it a chance after, you know, getting peer pressured into it. And then the first game that I played, I spent most of that game looking for people, literally. I think I only found 3 people, and I ended up being like, I think second place. I was second place, and I didn't know like how the game works and all that stuff. What's this? Oh, it's a 2-turn? I didn't know that. I'll take it though. It's like, I didn't know what's going on. I actually didn't have that much knowledge. I realized like, oh shoot, purple mist is actually hurting me. Stay away from the purple mist. And then I'm like looking at random houses, picking up like random weapons, and then trying to find people. And I kept, yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun for me. But then later on, I found some enjoyment out of the game. Especially when my friend like bugged me about getting into it, and I was like, okay, I'll join you. And I literally just joined just because he's playing it. Like, if he didn't ask me to, I wouldn't have played at all. And we play that mode where they get rid of the building options, which made it more enjoyable. It's like back then I was very into video games a lot. Like, yes, I'm playing video games right now, but back then I was very obsessed with COD, so shooting games and all that stuff. And my thing, yeah, like I got to a point where I was doing game battles. It wasn't that successful in my game battles career because I'm on the West Coast and the guy that I was dueling with is in the East Coast, and our interconnection was not the best. And frankly, like, I'm good, like I'm above average, but I'm not like crazy good that I could carry. And frankly, the guy that I was dueling with, he was not the best. Like, he was decent, I'll give you that, but when we were facing like a guy like another team, and they were really good, they knew like their stuff and all that stuff, and I was able to like be one of those guys, but it felt like it was just like them versus me, and they knew like where the nade positions are at, because they're like back in then. This was back in Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops time. It's like one of the practices that I had, and this is back when we were in a clan too. We had to learn all these different like point of view, like the best spots to like protect B or something, or at the beginning like you're supposed to shoot or throw a grenade, or throwing off at this general direction, and most of the time you will be able to defeat, like get an easy kill that way. It was crazy how much I actually knew back then. Let's save that money because I want to change this to metal. Okay, let's see what else. This one too, and this one, and hopefully we get a magnet soon. I just realized that I didn't have the magnet and I just did all that stuff. But yeah, like I actually like was very into it, and the thing is like back then the guns that you used, like I was not into like a lot of the main overpowered guns, because I think like the the FAMAS, the UMP were like the go-to weapons, and I used to play with the second best items. That's how it was. Like sometimes if it didn't feel right in my hand, I just didn't use it. But now we kind of lost. I don't know like what happened. I honestly don't know what happened. It just happened where we just stopped like talking to each other and all that stuff. And the thing is, like the people that I was in the clan with, we just like kind of like grew apart. And it makes sense, like everybody like literally living in a different state and some of a different country. Like one of the best people in that clan was freaking in England, man. Yeah, like I would be considered probably like second best. He'll be considered first best. He'll be considered best, and then his friend was also from England, will consider the third, and then everybody else will be like kind of like mediocre. But then it's like we just don't have the connection to play, and it all started honestly from zombies. Actually the clan leader, like we were playing zombies, he invited me and we just started talking from there, and boom, that's how I joined a clan. Now I don't really play Call of Duty as much as anymore. It's just because I think I stopped because I was so frustrated, because I believe they were just hacking, man. Like they were like DDoSing me and all that stuff, and I just got so frustrated, or my internet connection was just horrible that I just like, this is unplayable, I don't want to play anymore. And then like I tried like, so what was that, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and so many things have changed that I was like, I don't know if I still want to play this game. And then like I also think like I also quit because I started getting into a computer game, even though I'm actually bad at computer games, and I mean like multiplayer computer games, because growing up I was poor. I didn't really know how to position my fingers correctly and learn how to, like, you know, type and all that stuff. And then after that I just never bothered learning, and I still haven't bothered learning how to position like my fingers. I actually have to look to be able to understand like, oh, where I'm supposed to look and all that stuff. That's why some of the games that you see me playing, it's like I actually play it in controller just so I could be able to do that. I freaking got the glass. I wanted to double on that. But regardless of that, the game that I was very into was League of Legends. It was just a game that I enjoyed playing. I got a co-worker there. A co-worker and some random people that I joined along and played. And the highest that I ever went to was So it was after gold, platinum. There you go. The moment I hit platinum, I stopped playing. I was a jungler, but like I was a one-trick pony, and I picked a very easy jungler back then, and it was Vi. And then if like for a reason Vi gets banned and all that stuff, then I think I was playing Maokai and Volibear, but like pre this is back, I believe, in season 3. That's when I started playing. Once again, just stopped playing after a while. I think it was a connection and all that stuff. And it's very hard to do solo. It's just a headache. What the heck? Removal poison stacks from the nearest enemy deals 3 damage for each. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's my first time actually seeing that. Yeah. So yeah, I was playing League of Legends for a while, and then I was playing that ARAMs for a bit, and then the card game version of it. Oh, I was playing Dota 2, Dota Chess, there you go. And then I got into that, and then League of Legends did a version of their own on that, and then I got into that as well. And then I just play games here and there. I play PlayStation games, Switch games, and also there's really not like a game that I'm like so obsessed with, but for sure the game that I tend to play a lot will be Pokemon when it gets first released, but I never bother like going pro on that. Let's leave that because I do need money. Let's go with this guy. Like, if I look at the way they do Pokemon, it's just too much things going on. It's like, if I want to go pro, like, you gotta go with like IV values, understanding like what is in. Usually the competitive scene is usually doubles, and understanding the rules of the format, and understanding like what are the top dogs in that format, as well as are you gonna be like a copycat and pick like the best team there is, or will you do like a counter team for it, or find that mystery team that will surprise everybody and take the gold, right? It's like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of reservations to play multiplayer games. Like, I'm not against it, it's just I just find it hard. Let's go with that one. And let's upgrade you, because I forgot to upgrade you. And let's upgrade one of the shields. But yeah, of course there's some games that I like, it doesn't really count as like a multiplayer game. Like, look at Me Mayhem, for example. It is a multiplayer game, but you're kind of like indirectly going against those guys, really. It's like, I'm not seeing their build, there's no way that I get to like my card choice, my event choices does not affect them, right? I have to pick a build that is fast, does a lot of damage, and I could win, right? Because I could, like, that was the hard part of that. It's like, oh, I could go with like a safe build, but this safe build takes so long to beat the enemies, and then I ended up dying. Or I go to a fast, risky build. I was like, oh, but then I could potentially die. There were times that I died literally the second last, or at the very end. Of course, that's how it is with the games. My goodness, what the heck? I want to get the freaking magnet, and I haven't got the option for magnet this whole game. Like with Me Mayhem, I would have been down playing that game a bit longer before, you know, be done with it, unless there's like an update, of course. But it's just, there's no freaking people playing in multiplayer. I just got fed up waiting in in the lobby for hours, and I'm not even lying, it is hours. There'll be times where I join the game, right? And then I could just do my own thing, like I could just wash dishes, walk my dog, also come back, and there'll be like, let's say, one other person in the lobby, and you need 5 to actually play the game. Very annoying, very annoying. They gotta add like something brand new to that game to get, you know, those people into it, or maybe find like a new way to spice up the game, you know? Because everything is still like kind of like same old, really. Of course, the characters like give it like a new dynamic of how they play and all that stuff. Give me freaking magnet, man. Seriously, no magnet again. Go bargain. You. Let's go get the double piggies here. Nice. But yeah. With the new update with the Dungeon Clawler, that's why I started playing that game again. It's like once they told me like, oh, there's a new character, and then like added like difficulties on it, I was like, oh, let me go check it out. Because honestly, I was gonna like start deciding like what character am I what game am I gonna play now? Because I was thinking like, what game? Like usually I like roguelike games. They tend to be a little harder in some situations, and I could play like maybe like a couple games before I'd be like, okay, I'm done with this game. But like right now, it's like I gotta decide like what game am I gonna play now. Really, like I was gonna do like for example Tiny Rogues for a while, but then it's like it's kind of like similar. There's a reason why I hadn't done the Hero Sword, because I just feel like the Hero Sword is so overpowered. It's like you could even like specifically get like a certain sword and then you just automatically win. Or at least this is like how it was. Like do I want more money? Let's go gold armor. So yeah, that's why I'll take a break from Tiny Rogues for now, because I'm not entirely sure like what kind of game I want to try out. I don't know if I want to do like a let's play or play another roguelike game. And when I mean let's play, I'll be like, I don't know, like do Mario 64 or something like that, or play that Princess Peach game, either I believe it's the Game Boy game, or that new one where she becomes like a different actress or something. Or maybe I'll just wait till like play like Pokemon Arceus, because I actually never played that game. I just played like, usually I play the normal games where it's like, oh, there's gym battles and all stuff, so Pokemon Arceus didn't fit that build, so that's why I didn't try it. And then once I saw it, I was like, you know, people playing it, I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty fun. Yet I still didn't bother playing or getting that game afterwards. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. How do we not get you? And I don't want the crane magnet, just regular magnet. But it's like a fruit of thought. Like I think it's, I don't know. Like for example, I try like Pokemon Mystery Ninja because it would look like a game that I'll enjoy. And once I got to like the overworld for it, like how it works, I don't know, man. It feels wonky to me. Like the way like how you fight and all that stuff. It didn't appeal me. It didn't appeal me. Gonna be honest. It didn't appeal me. So I just stopped playing. And there were some other games like that too. That I was like, oh man, this is not good. Like for example, like I know there's like a Pokemon trading card game online, but I feel like it was slow paced, and then I actually had to invest in the game. As once again, it's like the whole pay to win kind of deal, and it's like the starter deck is, I don't know, it's not the greatest. It's very slow, and there's not much going on in the meantime as well. And then I could do a challenge game, you know, like do some challenges like what's called Iron Man, for example. But Iron Man, I felt like that's more of a stream game. Because it's like, it's just gonna be a toss-up. Like, I really doubt I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna win this game in the first couple days, and then I'll do a video on it. Ha 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 ha. Nope, I could be probably like 1,000 runs in, and then still like not have a runner. I'm not sure if I want to do Pokemon Rogue though. Seems like it'll be a fun game. I know there are some ROM hacks as well too, which I could try to learn how to do that as well. The one where it's like they have like selections like, oh, are you gonna go this route to get a new mod or items or stuff like that. Let's get another comment. Like, it looks decent. I could probably like do one game on that, but like I said, it'll invest some time to actually set it up versus like getting a game where I could just play like, you know, like play this character, play this game for like how many characters they have, and then be done with it. And there are some games that I actually do enjoy. It's not like I'm forcing myself to play. There are some games that I try playing, I got recommended to try out, or got some of those developers that are like, hey, try out my game, and then when I tried that game, it was like, what? Finally got the freaking Magnum, man, what the heck? Like right near the end. Okay, let's go to the mystery part. But yeah, so like for example, there was a game where you're a driver, right, and you're delivering things and all that stuff, and once again, I'm not the greatest using a controller, but however, in this game there's no choice, you have to use the controller. And I don't know, it felt weird, like how you're supposed to play the game and all this stuff. It's like you set up a route, alright? You set, okay, so at the beginning of the game, you get a map and you get a bunch of different names, right? And you determine which items go where, like oh, boulevard here, avenue here, district there, and all that stuff, right? And then you just start delivering things based on that, and it purposely makes the drive wonky because, you know, actually taking damage is part of the game. You wanna, part of the upgrades on the car is to get upgrades that will help driving capabilities, which I get all that, really, but the way they presented the game and the way it feels, I just did not enjoy it. And then there was another game that I tried to play, but it's like they didn't give much of a tutorial how you're supposed to play, and I was completely lost. So I didn't give that game a try. Well, I tried it, but then it's like when I played it, I was like so lost. I was like, not for me, man, not for me. Okay, now we accumulated a lot of money, which I'm gonna get a bit more money with some piggies and a little coin. Nice. And we made it to the end. Oops, sorry. Sometimes OBS is just wonky, so I occasionally check, or at least try to check, as like, is it still recording? Because there were situations where I played the whole game, right? And then I was like, wow, this game is so good and all stuff. And then for the reason it's like, Obi says like, oh, because of blah 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 blah, they stopped recording. And then when I checked, I was like, are you kidding me? It's like they deleted like most of the game, so the video was useless, which is very frustrating. Of course, I should have been checking if this game is getting recorded at before I actually got into here, but it is what it is. Okay, then we're good on this. The typical, like once we got like our magnet, it's just so easy. There we go. And that's it for the video, guys. I really do hope you enjoy. Until next time. Oh, and just in the comment section, recommend me some games. Maybe I'll try it out. Until next time, peace.